Okay, so this fuel pump housing was damaged. It's pretty common where these crack. There's also cracks that develop right here. As you can see here and here. This allows fuel and vapors to come up. These cracks get bigger with time. You'll eventually have evap codes and or fuel smell in your car. Not good. So normally this whole housing would be scrapped. You'd have to get a new housing. Not necessarily the case because V12 throttle came out with this. And I'm going to show you how you install this. This is a new top cap made out of stronger material. Very nicely manufactured. Okay. So first things first. You should probably take the fuel line off here. It's 17 millimeter. I've already broken it loose. Okay. So that's off. Disconnect the power. Okay. And you also, in order to get the pump out, you have to take this off. Okay. I've already cut this. Do not, I will repeat, do not use pliers and try to pull this hose off. I've broken this off. Then this part is scrap. In order to remove this part, I take a small screwdriver or pick and I feed it all the way through. You see how it's holding the tab up? I do that on both sides. This one's already released. Now this, normally you can like try to rotate it, but it doesn't really come out. I generally have to peel it back a little. I've had these break. This tab is not critical. Provided when you reassemble it, this O-ring's in good shape and these locking tabs fully engage. Okay, so how do you cut the hose off easily? Well, I used a Dremel, just like this. I cut through the clamp right here. Then I cut through the hose. And then you can peel the hose back so you're not creating a bunch of friction and pulling. Gently slide it off. Okay. And then you can remove this piece so you can actually get up the pump without breaking this. Again, you do not want to break this off. You will not be happy. Maybe at some point in the future someone will reproduce it, but right now, then you're looking at a whole new housing. So you can take this off, just for the sake of working on this. Okay, so to get the top cap off, it's a bunch of tabs. 1, 2, 3. You can see I broke that one, which isn't critical. We're replacing this. 4, 5. All right. The easiest way to do this is have a helper, but I'm going to try to do this with my cameraman, and this is a very thin screwdriver. Alright, you see it fits, but see how it pushes it back? I've got the screwdriver, see it's pushing it back. I go to the next size larger once I've gotten that. Get under there. Alright, that one holds friction fit. So basically, I have a bunch of these screwdrivers. You're probably going to have to find something, chopstick, something to hold this, or just resort to breaking all the tabs on your old piece. So, next one, same thing. Okay, got the tab, it's disengaged. This one's the trickiest one, I'll do that last. This takes a little bit of juggling. I've done this a few times, so it may look easier in the video than it actually is. You see, I just dropped it. All right. So we've got those 4. And this one's kind of hard to get at. What I found was best with this thin one is to come in at an angle, like such. All right. And let's see if these are released now. This one's not quite released. So this is the tricky one because of where it is. Let me come in from the other side. There we go. Alright, so that one's released also. So now you just grab it and you try to hold the base. Your cap's released. Electrical connector was unplugged. So now you can service the rest of it. Again, be very cautious with this. Make sure when this fits in. The other thing to look out for is if you had to pull these back. Make sure that they lock in all the way. You might even have to press it a little bit. I recommend up here cutting this hose, like I said. You can use a crimp here if you want. I generally end up using worm gear clamps. That way you can reorient the hose the way you want. Probably a little bit of lube. Honestly, I just do like this, a little spit, put it on here. It helps the hose go on. You don't want to use like any sort of lubricant because the hose could potentially come off under pressure. It's over 100 psi that's sitting on it. And this is what it looks like. I'm waiting on a new pump. Once that's done, I'll update with maybe images, maybe a new video.